Hi guys, my name is ILIA MED and you are here, you are in Exo Fame house and you're watching the fucking interview with me. It's gonna be amazing. Go watch. Actually, this transformation is pretty much probably is because of the country I've been raised in. Actually, I've been raised in really Soviet Union country, like Russia, yeah? We all know this country. And being an exotic man there, it's like some sort of prohibited thing. So sometimes it's like even impossible for you to be man in heels there. So that's the thing. That's why I started with something more easy, more just like accepted by the society with pole art. This is the first thing, yeah. And also I've been like younger, I started pole dancing, like pole arting when I've been 15. So just like I started really young, so also I couldn't join exotic because I wasn't 18. And then as soon as I was 18, I started to just like develop myself, open something new for my body, open something new for my mind, because like I totally changed the direction of the dancing I'm doing. And this is actually the transformation probably, I think, I suppose, for me, that I've been like a little bit more or less shy boy to the more grown adult, to the more grown man, like dancing in heels. Maybe this is the transformation. I would say it like that, for sure. I suppose actually new way, because we are like, the pole dancing is developing at the moment, and like exactly the championship yesterday we've been judging, open check, I just agreed with my own thoughts about that, because I see a lot of dancers now integrating a lot of new styles to exotic. And now exotic is not classy at all. You cannot even sometimes divided to the flow, old school, or the hard style. There are a variety now at the moment. And new way is exactly this thing. When you are implementing the new style for exotic, something more or less creative in our industry, you can say that this is a new way, I would say. Because for example, I'm integrating my experience. I used to be a ballet dancer, contemporary dancer, frame-up strip dancer, so I'm integrating everything and mixing that with exotic classic. So just like, that's the thing, you're mixing, you're experimenting. You can also call it like experimental exotic or whatever, but it's less sellable though. It's difficult to sell it for the workshops in this case. That actually depends on what is the movement. Because like, for example, the movement, if we are considering tricks and transitions, then I would say the handspring entrance with the arched back and the swirl upwards, and you're opening the split. If we're considering dancing, exactly, dancing movement, I would say it's more about like, I have a system of movements for sure, which can characterize my like personality in dancing. I would say this is like explosion approach to the movement, like when you're making the movement like really explosive, really wide, at the same time trying to control that. I would say it like that. But the movement is more or less difficult though to say. Maybe yes, maybe the technique, yeah. That's a really good question though. I would mention three of them. The first one is my favorite, that is the creativity. I'm really tired as a judge to look at the same performances. For example, really good example, guys remember about that? When you are dancing to the I see red, this shit, yeah, you all know this. You can add this music, guys. And dancing in the red costume. I hate it, so I'm really tired of judging performance is like that. I'm waiting for the creativity. I'm waiting for something more stylish, more difficult, to like something on which you can reflect, on which you are like sitting, what the old author wanted to say to us, like this sort of thing. The second one is execution, for sure, execution of the movement, because most of the performers, they do not realize that the movement is not just the naming. The movement is a really complex system of integrating your body and action in one. So this is called movement. And as soon as your movement is not executed enough, it's really difficult for you to transfer the theme, the idea of your performance, because you're not working on your movement. You're not using it properly. That's why execution is like the second most important thing. And yeah, the third one, I would say the probably complexity of the choreography, or it's not even complexity, it's a fulfillment of the choreography and like the structure, the logics of the choreography, and how this choreography integrates into the performance. Because sometimes it's just like there is a piece of choreography, a transition, a pole, then another pole, and like it's really boring to watch. But when it's like all tries to be like in a really good, I don't know, flow with each other, when you're making every part of your performance like really logically connected, like chained to each other, that it's really interesting to look at, to watch as a judge. Honestly, 9 inches. But for me, is a like 41 size of European Union, and 11 probably of United Kingdom. No, 11 for US. Yeah, probably. For me, it's really difficult to find something for my shoe size. It's really difficult. I'm a big fan of 9 inches, like really big fan of 9 inches. They look amazing, especially if you have long legs, you're making them longer. They look like a little, like you're a creature. They're making you a creature, an alien, and that's really authentic in this case. But these are 8 inches, as I understand. Flamingos, whatever. They're pretty much classy. They're like a flip-flops in dancing. Yeah, 9 inches probably. Honestly, this is the worst industry ever. Fashion is the most difficult business for sure. I can state that. Being a fashion, yes, I have like education as a fashion designer. So generally, I'm designer of evening dresses and jackets, not for pole wear. But yeah, pole wear is like more interesting for me because the majority of pole wear brands are still really sustainable. And this sustainability on the one side is good because it's like eco-friendly. We're not just like rushing in fashion. On the other side, everyone is still the same. The products, the design, they're still the same. And as a fashion designer, in pole wear, I'm trying to push the fashion in the industry and making literally fashionable, seasonable clothing. Not like seasonable, you know, like wherever, like collections, exactly, with their own ideas, with their own philosophies, with their own approaches. This is actually my main aim in pole wear, like being as a designer there. So just like that's why I'm still running that, because I don't see the development in the industry. But this industry is fucking crazy. It's fucking difficult, only because of exactly the process. The process there, it's such a complex variety of shit, with people who are trying to trick you, with people who try to steal your money and everything, and every time all these deadlines are just like, the deadlines are all the time out. You're not even thinking about deadlines. Especially when you're making a collection, you're making yourself a deadline and you're just like missing it, of course, because like this part of the chain decided to be late, so the whole chain will be late too. And this is actually the thing. And this chain parts. There's like so many, so it's difficult to control it. I'm still trying, I'm still growing, I'm trying to delegate this and trying to find people to working for me, but it's like really difficult. But regarding the new collection, this is exactly the thing we're like struggling at the moment. I just finished one collection and we're already preparing for November the new collection, which will be totally something different for me as a designer, because I like rebel style, like being crazy girl, like being out of the society, being a little bit like a creature, like an alien. And this collection will be more, I would say, like office siren style, like sexy with character, at the same time really, really strict with the design. So I'm still working on that, but some pieces are already in the process and probably will be in the beginning of November. So we're all waiting for that probably. It's difficult. Yes, that's actually the question I've been thinking about, because I started fashion design, this is my third education, and I started fashion design just because this is the second passion. This is my desire, actually, I would do instead of pole dancing. For example, if something goes wrong with my health, for example, never. Universe, forget about it. Then yeah, fashion design would be the job I would do, actually. I wouldn't say the fashion design exactly. Fashion design is it's my passion, but you won't earn from that a lot. So fashion business probably is the thing. It's more about managing, it's more about stress managing. It's more, not only about creating, it's more about controlling that everything is still like running. It's just like managing, in this case, is the power which drives your passion. In this case, this is some sort of a method in this case to drive your desire, passion, whatever. So fashion design, yeah, for sure, for sure. I will say that I'm really still disappointed about people sometimes. There is a girl, I won't mention any name, any country, but she recorded the whole class of mine and sold this class for 3,000 people per 10 euro per, or less even, per just like a sending, yeah, to per client. So she earned like a lot of money on my art. From my fucking workshop. So she's been attending this workshop and recording this workshop. And I just like, I've been like too young, I was just like, yes, of course you can record that for yourself. But no, this is not just a bizarre situation, this is just like a shitty situation in my life. But I just like experience, whatever, it's good. Rumor, my favorite. The first rumor was about that was in our home city with Kira Noir. Kira been participating in the championship and I've been judging her. Yes, she's my friend, but that doesn't mean that I will just make higher points for her or whatever. And when she won, not because of me, but because of the whole judging team, everyone was talking, she's sleeping with ILIA. I was just like, wow. I love it. Okay, yes, we're sleeping together. And we started to like, to make this seem worse, to make this seem bigger. So like, people have been thinking that we're sleeping together probably. I was just like, wow, okay. People are like sometimes silly and stupid, but whatever. This is like the biggest one, but a lot of them like, that I'm working for the escort. This is like a really long rumor, probably it still exists, but I don't know. But yes, people told me that I'm working for escort. I was just like, Did you see my face? I look like a fucking bitch. Nobody even wants that next to them. Girl. Yeah, so it's like rumors are live still. Maybe there are more. If you know more, please mention that in the comment, in the feedback, like there below the video, and I wanna read this so badly. Oh my god. Regarding my plans, actually, I don't know. The world is so changing in the moment. I'm a little bit scared because of the war, because I changed my country I'm living in. I'm living in a new spot at the moment, so I'm just every day something is changing. So I'm not building big plans, but for sure my biggest aim for now is to develop myself as an artist. I want to work for a theater, to perform as an artist. At the same time, I want to make my brand bigger. I want, if we're speaking about long distance strategy, I will also mention fashion design, because I want to go to the fashion week with lingerie and bodywear and these things. I was invited already for one, but it used to be too expensive for me. But now I suppose that I will deal with that. So we will see, maybe in 2027 I will be somewhere in Milano Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week. We will see. So this is the long distance plans. Theaters and Fashion Week. And we will see. And then I will just be drunk the whole way.